we're all human. I couldn't agree more with you when you said that, honestly. And sometimes we forget that we're human. Hi everyone, my name's Amani Sabi, and I'm the first curvy model of the Middle East. I'm probably the only one out of the panel talk that is in the fashion industry. So this is going to be more of like a storytelling rather than science, let's put it that way. So my story is very simple and very easy, and I'm going to be just super direct. I grew up in Dubai. I'm a Dubai kid. I've been here since 2003. I'm 24 years old. And I grew up in the French school here, and I got bullied a lot. In school, they used to call me the stereotype box because I'm very tall compared to them, and I'm light-skinned, curly hair. It affected me a lot and affected my mental health. Growing up, I'm sure as all of us Arabs here, growing up when you get bullied in school and you go back home to your parents and you tell them that you get bullied, it's not necessarily the best support system, right? Especially back in the days when we used to get bullied, your parents weren't the most supportive. And you needed to have that strong support to overcome your insecurities and to really deal with it in a manner that will help you heal. And that's important. I didn't have that when I was young. It was more of like insecurity on top of insecurity, and it affected me a lot until I eventually blew up and completely changed my personality. The way parents educate their children is very, very important. And unfortunately, in the Arab world, which is a world where it's kind of very harsh and judgmental, and where people weren't really understanding about mental health. And thank God for panels like this or summits like this where we talk about it and are very open about it, as it's very important to deal with it and especially to overcome it. As a 16-year-old or 15-year-old back in the days, when I would go back home and tell my father, for example, I'm getting bullied at school and that I need therapy, he would look at me and be like, what therapy? You're not crazy. And I'm sure we've all had that and we all went through that. And the fact that you don't have support at home and then in school you get bullied, you kind of feel lonely. And that's why today it's very important for the parents to really talk to their children. I don't know how many of you guys have children. Is there parents in the room? 70% are parents. Amazing. So do you guys talk to your children before school? Do you guys talk to them? Yes, no? Who talks to their children? I have a 50-50 here. It's important to talk to your children. I didn't have that. So it's really, really important to go to your child, sit them down, and explain to them. A child will never, ever go to you and tell you, I'm getting bullied. They won't do that because they feel weak, they feel ashamed. Especially us, we have the word da'ib, that is very easily, everyone will tell you aib on whatever you're doing. And it's very important to go to your child and be like, it's okay if you look different. It's okay if you are different. Whether you're a different nationality or a different religion, it's important to talk to your child and to understand how they feel like. It's true that in today's world, in 2023, it's easier to go tell your child, if you want a therapist, I will get you one. Rather than in my time, it was more of like, what are people gonna say? You can't see a therapist, right? Also growing up in a world where there's huge stigmas on wanting to be skinny, which we spoke about in the previous panels. The stigmas of the Arab world is kind of complicated because there's always people who will judge you and tell you, you have to look this way, you have to be a certain way, you have to act a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, which is not necessarily true. I kind of disagree with it personally. It's more about you being you and you doing you, and that's very, very important. And I grew up plus size. I was never the typical size of a girl, and I got a lot of hate for it, because I always get the, oh, you look very pretty, but that's so unfortunate because you're plus size. Until today, I go to the mall and I don't find my sizes in the shops, and everything has to be custom. That creates a huge effect on your mental health. People don't realize it, but all the departments, whether you work in healthcare, whether you're in fashion, whether you're in even engineering, but it does affect your mental health. And the basis of that, and creating a strong mental health and creating awareness, you have to be really strong and be okay with asking help, because it's completely okay to ask help. You're not weak if you ask help, and you shouldn't be ashamed if you do. It's very important, and also specifically, it makes you, vulnerability is strength. And people tend to forget that. They think that vulnerability is weakness. No, it's strength. To go to ask your parents that you're not okay, or to go or to talk to your parents, or even you yourself, you have to deal with it in your own ways. Each person deals with their insecurities. And also, I feel like today's world, today's humanity lacks compassion a lot. All of us don't know each other's stories. All of us don't know what happens behind closed doors, right? We just know what we want to share. That's why the importance of sharing kindness and sharing love. You don't know how you can change someone's life. Maybe just by smiling at them in the corridor, you're making someone's day. People forget these little things. These little things actually help your mental health. It does. People think that mental health is just going to a therapist, seeing a therapist, and that's it. But no, the day-to-day activities, the little kind gestures actually also do change the mental health. Speaking to yourself. I don't know if you guys heard about the mirror activation. Do you guys know about it? No? So it actually helped me overcome my insecurities when I was young, and my parents didn't allow me to go see a therapist because I wasn't too crazy to go see one. I Googled it, actually. For the first time, Google was helpful. And on YouTube, there's this exercise where you speak to yourself in the mirror. So you look at yourself straight in the eyes in the mirror, and you talk to yourself. It's super easy for me to come here and lie to you guys. But it's not easy to lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. It's impossible. So when you look at yourself in the mirror and you go like, I am pretty, I am gorgeous, I am strong, I am confident, I am, and all the affirmations that you think of yourself. I'm not gonna lie to you, the first 3 times I couldn't do it. I cried a lot. I broke down crying because I couldn't lie to myself. But then eventually, within time, it changes because you build that self-confidence. And these bullies that used to bullied me a lot, whether today it's on social media, cyberbullying, or having a corporate job, or your boss bullying you, or whether it's family members, we all get bullied somehow in our life, and we all experience it. Have you guys ever experienced bullying in your life? Yeah, everyone did somehow. And it's very important to understand why a bully bullies. And I understood that within time. Someone that comes and tries to bully you is already someone that deals with hardship at home. And people forget that. It all starts from your household. No normal human being would come up to you and bully you. That is not a normal human. You need to understand that it comes from having family problems, having deep insecurities. So instead of looking to your bully with so much anger and so much hate, you need to look at it with compassion. Be the bigger person. I know it's very hard and it takes a lot of practice, but you reach to a point where you can look at your bully and be like, you know what, I feel bad for you. I am here for you if you need it. And that's important. And you know that once you reach that level of maturity and that level of kindness in the world, honestly, you made it, your inner peace is there. And don't forget also that the importance, if your mind, body, and soul are aligned, your mental health is aligned. And if you're not able to manage the 3 of them, you still have work to do. And also, people come up to me sometimes and be like, how can I be so confident? But it's not a process that happens overnight. And people forget that. It takes sometimes years with help, whether it's from family or therapists or counselors or life coach. You need help. You need to go out and ask, and it's okay. And even sometimes we still get embarrassed because we deal with so many abandonment issues or trust issues or whatever it is, but everything has a solution within time. And people don't know the feeling of when you reach of that alignment of the 3 aspects of your life. You feel so powerful and untouchable. And that feeling is the best feeling in the world, and I think that everyone deserves to feel that. And that is the importance of the real mental health behind closed doors. And it's also very important to not forget to share love, be there, as Her Highness said. It's very important. We're all human. I couldn't agree more with you when you said that, honestly. And sometimes we forget that we're human because we have such stressful lives and so much pressure on our shoulder. But we're human. At the end of the day, we're all born the same way and we're all gonna die the same way. And people sometimes forget that. And giving away, the aura that you give away to the people is the same aura that will come back to you. Maybe you did good to someone, it may not come back the same week, but it will come back eventually within time. And that's very important, to be there for others, not just for your family and friends. Be there for the person that you don't know in the streets, that even if she needs help, be there for the world, and the world will be there for you. Thank you.